Today we're looking at the repair of a fridge, a Whirlpool fridge. We had an external leak, water leak all the way to the ground. Again, this is a repair for an external leak. So I'm going to start off by pulling the fridge off the wall, and I'll show you where the leak is and what to do to repair it. Alright, with the fridge pulled back, the first thing you want to do is disconnect the power. I already isolated the water supply here. I want to show you this. That's the isolation valve for the water to the fridge. So let's start by unplugging. We'll start by taking off this panel so we can have a view over there. So that pan collects any water that drains from the condenser. Then as the fridge runs, the fan comes on and dries out any water that's in there. I'm going to turn on the water and we'll see if we can detect where the leak is coming from. So I'll open the valve from the supply line that I showed you earlier. So now that it's open, you can see the leak. Yeah. So the water dripping over there because those connections are loose. So we need to replace the entire filter housing. Right? That's a filter housing that's leaking. We'll swap it out, put a new one, and that should fix the issue. So to be able to do this, we have to take out this assembly because the water from the supply goes through here, and the supply lines to the filter are connected to this. So we have to disconnect that so we can pull the filter assembly out from the front. So that's going to be the first step. I'm going to unplug this for the supply line so I can pull the filter housing out through the front. Next step is to take out this bottom panel. In this model, that's where the filter is. There's a filter. So we're going to pull that out, take out the entire filter housing. I'm going to undo that bolt so I can release that support. Undo these screws, then pull out the housing. We can pull out the housing. So, same here, press down, pull out. The small one goes at the bottom, the larger one goes at the top. Push down and pull that out. Alright? This is what was leaking. The damage was in this one. We're going to take this out and reuse it. The other thing you got to do is you got to slide this one out, the support pin. Alright, just pull it back down. We're going to do the same thing, reinsert it on your new one because we need to support it against the wall of the fridge. As the new filter housing, we took out the cap from the old one, slide it back, push it back in place. We're going to connect the water supply, and the smaller line goes here, the larger line goes to the top. Yeah, so the cap is back in, the support pin is in place, and we'll go ahead and reinsert the lines. So we'll start. Small one goes to the bottom. Larger one. Goes to the top. have this in, we'll put back the front cover. And we've already assembled everything that should be here. That's already back in place. Before we go ahead and test this, we have to reconnect this back to the water valve. It's on the back end of the refrigerator. So we'll put it back in that port and we'll try it and test it out for leaks. So as the line connected, got the front panel reinstalled. I also replaced the little cap to pull out the filter. So now all we got to do is plug it back in and see if we get water out of the water dispenser. Alright, test it out. There you go. We have water. So we can call this a successful repair.